They're very cruel. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So today we're working on this addition and subtraction of integers and understanding that these are related to each other. That if I have a number sentence that has addition, I also have an equivalent number sentence that has subtraction. You've never heard that before, have you?
No.
You just heard it like 5 minutes before when I forgot to record.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, here we go. So up here, I was just saying, Jacob, he chose two values from Math Fever, the 200 and the 100. If you get the question right, you earn a positive point value. If you get the question wrong, you earn a negative point value. So here, we have A plus B. So obviously, both of these answers, Ben, were correct. So we have 200 as for A and 100 for B. So then he uses the same absolute value that he used over here. So A goes over, still 200. And then B goes over, and it's 100. But we know that when we add a positive, it is the same as subtracting a negative. So over here you can see we got that question right. Jacob did. And then here the moderator gave him back. They took away a negative point value. And the only way you can take away a negative point value is by adding the points back. So that's why adding 100 is like subtracting a negative. So we get a value of 300. Turn to your partner about number 3 and talk to him about number 3. Go. That was yours, wasn't it, that I used? Okay. So on number 3, on this algorithm, we know that if I start with a negative, if I'm adding a negative, that is exactly the same as what? Subtracting a positive. Adding a negative is like subtracting a positive. There it is. So if I start with negative 50 and I add a negative value of 100, it is also equal to starting with negative 50 and subtracting 100. And I get a negative point value of 150 in the Math Fever game. The last one, adding a positive, is just like subtracting a negative. Okay, so if I started with 100, negative 100, and I add a positive point value of 250, that is also going to equal 100, where I subtract, I take back a point value of 250. Adding a positive is just like subtracting a negative. So that is almost like adding. So here I get a value of positive 150 because the absolute value of 250 is greater than 100. Any questions about these algorithms? So if you guys can turn around and you can look back here, see if this follows me or not.
It will.
Okay, it will.
It did.
This is the chart that you guys are going to be using today, quite a bit, or should be. If you need support, this is the one. It's subtracting integers. So on this side, we have all subtraction of integers. I have a positive minus a positive. Well, if I have a positive minus a positive, that's exactly the same as a positive plus a negative. Because subtracting a positive is like adding a negative. Here, if I'm starting with a positive and I'm subtracting a negative, it's exactly the same as starting with a positive and adding a positive. Because subtracting a negative is like adding a positive. This is your chart. This is your go-to if you need support. Okay? We pretty much rocked our homework. So that is sweet. So we are going to skip right by any review for homework because we don't have any. And we're going to go to our learning for today. So please grab your sheet 2.3, the positive and the connection between positive and, addition and subtraction. It's over in today in the 11th. I already put it away. So, write your name on this, so if it ends up on the floor, we can give it back to you. Okay. While you're doing your work today, you can also look. You just turn your paper over. I have the number sentence connection. Here are the algorithms that we've been using over and over and over. They're right here as well. What I want to show you is the connection between addition and subtraction using a number line and a chipboard. So you can actually visually see how they are connected, okay? So I'm going to start with this number sentence. Nope. Yep. So I'm going to mark off my, and I just do this quickly. This tells me I start at -2. This is my change of 4. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. The reason why I go 4 this way is because I'm adding a positive. We know when we add a positive, we move to the right. And that leaves me at a positive value of 2. So Warren, this makes sense because this in absolute value terms is greater than the negative. So my answer will be
2.
Positive. And it will be 2.
Yeah.
So here's my question to you. Talk to your partner. Because we're talking about this connection between subtraction and addition. What is the subtraction number sentence that is equivalent to -2 plus 4? Talk to your partner. So I was listening to David, and David was saying, because he's got a nice loud voice and it was easy for me to hear him, he was saying, here I'm adding a positive, subtracting a negative is just like it, so your number sentence would be -2 minus -4. So here again, I'm going to mark off my, I didn't plan very well on this. And just going to do it quickly again. Again, I start at -2. My change is to subtract the -4. We know that the only way I can take away a negative is to add. If I'm going to take a negative away, the only way I can do that is by adding to it. So I move to the right again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what do you know? I end at +2. So that is just kind of proof to show you that these are connected, that they're equivalent to each other. Okay, they're different number sentences. One's subtraction, one's addition, and they're both equivalent. So the last one is the chipboard. So I'm going to start, and you want to follow along. I'm going to go with 5 chips. Now I'm going to flip this one on you just a little bit. I'm going to write the subtraction number sentence, and you're going to, down below, write the addition. So here I'm starting with 5. And what changes? Well, I am going to subtract, just wanted 2 positives. So because I'm going to subtract 2 positives, I take 2 positives away from this number over here. And what do you know? I'm left with 3. So then I can write my number sentence, which is 5 minus 3 minus 2 equals 3. Okay. Your job, go ahead and write the addition number sentence that is equivalent to this subtraction number sentence. What's the addition number sentence that's equivalent to that number sentence? Because I already did the subtraction number sentence. So I was saying I flipped it, right? Up here I started with addition, then you had to do the subtraction. Down here I started with subtraction. You have to write the equivalent addition number sentence. So Riley, what do you think? So here I got my subtraction number sentence. What am I starting with here?
+5.
Still positive 5. Okay, and now we know it's adding, right? So what am I adding? I'm adding 2 negatives. And we know something about when we add 2 negatives. These two and those two are opposites, so what happens? They cancel each other out. And what do you know? I'm left with 3 positives. So 5 plus negative 2 also equals 3. Yeah, like boom. So today, use the chart in the back, use the subtracting integer chart, use the notes that you have in front of you. And these algorithms that we have here are super duper helpful. But also don't forget about the algorithms where if I have a larger negative and I'm adding a smaller positive, my answer is still going to be negative. Those algorithms are also important and help you possibly avoid making some little mistakes. Today, we have, it's problem 2.3 on page 40 and 41. And this is actually, it's A1A and A2A. Then you got B all, C all, D1, 4, and 7. Connection problem 63. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to cancel out 68. Whoops. So I can assure you that if you work hard, you will get done 63, 67, no problem. And I will give you the homework for tonight, and you'll be done your homework for tonight as well. Almost every class has had almost 3/4 of the kids finish their homework. So, work hard. Okay, you can check your answers over on the board. And I'm going to take attendance, and then I will come around and help you guys out. Let's see if I can't get this to pick up a little bit. Come on. It's not picking up. Why is it stuck down? Normally it will swivel up, but it's not swiveling up. Hey, how you doing? Hey, so on my attendance it says that David is sick, Rabinski, but weird thing is I'm looking right at him. He looks great. He looks amazing.
Why?
Yeah. Did David go home sick? Do you know? I mean, not David. What's your brother's name? Gavin. Did he go home sick?
No, I don't think so.
He doesn't think so, but maybe he did. Maybe Gavin went home. He doesn't know. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, totally makes sense. Okay. Adding a negative is like what? Subtracting a negative. And negative is like subtracting a. Yeah. Adding positive is like. Right? Because you got to make those equivalent. We did this yesterday. You need to start using the bathroom before this period. We'll see how well you do. You get done your work, and then we'll see if you can go before the end of the hour. Yeah. 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 So we got A1A and A2.
Okay. Is it the division?
No B. No B.
How
Subtracting a negative is like, well, adding negatives is subtracting positive. Nice. Nice. That's exactly what they're looking for. Good. Good. Keep going. Reader. don't need to do. Oh wait, yeah, you're doing it.
I accidentally did 2.
Yes, you did. I'm like, that does not look like 2. Fix that? Good. You keep using that, okay, so you don't make that mistake. You gotta get those out. These are like algorithms that are like super duper painful. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I see. So this is, they're asking you to make equivalent. So here, you got -7 plus -2. So here, I'm going to have -7. What's the same as adding negative? Subtract. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for you to take this and make an equivalent subtraction. So here you've got adding a negative, subtracting a positive. Boom. I don't know, you also went a different route on this one. And then yes, you want to answer it, which would be -9. Yeah. Does that make sense, Amanda? Right? All we're doing is changing this to a subtraction number sentence using the same absolute values. See? -7, same absolute value. -2, 2, same absolute value. Right? That's 2 from 0, that's 2 from 0. Does that make sense? Let me see. No, these aren't made. So what it's saying here, it says, if I have 5 and I add something that equals 8, what do I add to 5? Okay. So now, so if this is true, then 5 minus what equals 8? That's it. Yeah, this one's wrong too. These look good. These look really good. Dude, you're good at this. Dang, man. You get this. Oh, you made a couple mistakes over here. Check these ones over here. Like you're adding a negative is not adding a positive. What's up, Streeter?
I have a question about but
Okay. Oh. So tell me, when I add a negative, what's the same exact thing? That's the pattern, right? That's a pattern. So, and that's what algorithms are. They're patterns. Say what, James?
Someone would ask you, you're the master.
Yeah, I can come by. You want help, Jackie?
I understand it. Is it like
Just tell me.
this guy's okay? Like, for example,
No, I want to make equivalent. I'm making an equivalent number sentence. So here I'm adding positives. What am I going to do over here? Subtract that. So the only number I can subtract is, and then you don't have to solve it.
the answer to
Yeah, because look, it says so. This is 9, and if I put -4 here, that's 9. Does that make sense? So I have 9 on this side and I have 9 on that side, so they're equivalent, they're equal to each other. You get that? Okay, I'm just making sure, you know. Let's see, you need help? You got it? So those Miller you want to solve as well. Okay. That's what that word evaluate means. Notice. Looks like you added it after. Good, that's cool, man, that you noticed it. Adding a positive. No. That one slipped through.
Oh, shit.
Can you check them out? Adding a negative is like subtracting a. Yeah. So that's the number sentence you need. And then you need to solve it. Use that. So it just, that way you can just write over it. Hey, that's good work, buddy. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to fill in your planner. And I love that you have your planner, because if you didn't, you'd be here going.
Hey, I had my planner that day. It was the lockdown's fault. Still.
Still lockdown's fault.
Yeah, it's all that.
Hey, start using the bathroom before you come here, okay?
What?
Oh, today's. Look. Yeah. Yeah, Warren, today's Patriot Day, by the way. Did you know that?
No.
I should have worn my gear.
You got some good ones.
I wore my Broncos tie yesterday. You guys should give me a little slack. I'm trying to soften the edges a little bit. Hard being Patriot Day, man. back here. It's in your A's. It's back here. So those are the applications, those are the connections. And just keep turning till you get to the connections and then the extensions. Whoa! Stay in the purple. That will take you to a whole new group. You'll have no idea how to do this. Well, you might know how to do it. Nice work, Jackie. Halsey. Okay, when you get to these, you got to solve them too, okay? Okay. Here, I love how you're explaining that. You're restating the question. It's really good practice. Work on that. So did it say between? Oh, those are the four. You just put the limits on the outside. And you know that it goes backwards. Okay.
Oh.
Good, that's in order. Boom. Feel better? Planner? What do you want here? Remember. Okay, finish B2. I didn't know how you go until you finish. That's right. He actually finished C. He was on D, James. Good. You know that they close to 0. Not for 63. No, you got to put them in order. They want 4 between there and there. And they want 4 between there and there. 4 numbers that exist, 4 rational numbers basically, that exist between those 2 points. If you add subtracting by. Oh my God. You can't read like that, no? That's connections. Yeah, see? It says right at the top. So this is application. That's where most of the homework comes from. Connections are like this, and then yeah, you got it, girl. Good. Okay, guys, go ahead. You were so close. That was good work. And a few of you got started on your homework, which is sweet. Okay. Put this away. This should be Article 11 in your Learning tab. And it should be behind 2.2, right? This would, if you look in your Learning tab, this would be first, second, third, fourth, and then this is Article 11. So, should be right in front of your homework tab. So, try to keep these organized. You guys are doing a pretty good job. I'm giving you time. Keep it organized. Taylor? Don't worry about it this time around. Sorry. I have a hole punch right behind Maya in the green paper. So, with the assessments that you get back, the quizzes, those go in your resources. That becomes a resource for you. Yeah, you did. I gave you yours back, Zettler. Pretty sure I did. Put your grade in the grade book. Check in your resources. I thought I gave it back to you yesterday.
Oh, yeah. It was yesterday.
Yeah. And then the warm-up and exit tickets, that's easy. That goes in your warm-up and exit ticket place as well. Okay. So today we were talking about those algorithms and knowing that addition and subtraction of integers are related to each other. So your homework, 48EFGHI on page 47. Write that in your planner. Or like you do. If that works for you, that works for you. But you still bring your planner because, man, without it, you aren't going to the bathroom. So, 48EFGHI on page 47. Exit ticket for today. It has to do with our I can statement. How are integers related to each other in subtraction and addition? So I have two addition number sentences. Your job is to write the equivalent number sentence in subtraction. For this one and for that one. So obviously on your exit ticket, you need to have those two number sentences written down. And then under them, write the equivalent number sentence in subtraction. Sure thing. Booyah! Push those chairs in. Nice work, Warren. Push those chairs in. And you guys have a good